So here I come, back with the results.
Wow.
I don't even know if the results are there yet. 5 minutes. I know, but do you see anything?
No. Oh, what I say? What did I say?
No.
What did I say? YouTubers? And for the ladies out there that don't think their men can have some type of signs knowing that they're pregnant, I had one and I told her she was pregnant. That's all I'm trying to say.
What?
That's all I'm trying to say. I had the signs. I had visions. Word. That's all I'm trying to say. I had a vision. Don't cry. It's okay. It's a success, babe. So, we did it. We didn't have to spend $15,000 because we were about to spend $15,000 on IVF to get pregnant. But everything happens in God's timing and His will for a reason. And I kind of think that I know why it happened, but this is only my own theory. You never really know how God operates. But Malik is going to graduate in 8 months. And I think he knew that having a baby, and we have a family here that we're taking care of, our family and stuff, having a baby added to it would just mean more stress and a lot more work. But with 8 months, she'll be graduated. And then at the same time, she'll be, 9 months pregnant? 8 months pregnant? 9 months? Then after that, she'll graduate, get her degree, and then we'll have our first child. So, I'm excited as a motherfucker.
Okay, I can't mess my makeup up because I just did it for the video. So I'm just go fix it real quick.
And like I said, I knew. I had a sign. God spoke to me and said, and it was just weird. Like when I say this, it was really weird. Like I was just sitting in my man cave, and then I was just like, she's pregnant. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I just kept it to myself for a little bit because I didn't want her to know that I thought that, because I didn't want her to get her hopes up or her, get her mind all messed up. But later on down the line, I did tell her, hey, you're pregnant. I'm telling you, you're pregnant. And don't be shocked when you are. And don't say I didn't tell you so. And it happened. So, cool beans.
I'm just emotional because I've seen so many negatives.
It's all good.
And then you see all these people pregnant on social media, and it really affects me a lot. I unfollow people that's pregnant. I'm envious of people that are pregnant because I couldn't successfully conceive for so long. And we were about to spend $15,000 on IVF. In January, the coordinator said, call me when you start your period. And
actually, it was in December. She was supposed to start the IVF process in December because I called the IVF person well in advance before her period started. However, her period never started. And now we're here. And
yeah, like, call me when you start your period on the first day. And in January, we can start you on something to birth control, to control your hormones, and then we can schedule the procedure.
And it's crazy though, because I would say the devil tried to give us the illusion that she wasn't pregnant when we went to the doctors last Saturday. And like I said, her period wasn't due anyway, but we went to the doctors last Saturday. Lady came up to her, all excited, like, I hope this is exciting to tell you, but you're not pregnant. Without knowing our story and our background, we didn't try to take offense to it, but because we are trying to get pregnant. And I told her, I said, well, we're going to roll with what the doctors say for now, but I know you're pregnant. That's exactly what I said. If the doctors say you're not pregnant, we're going to roll with that. We're going to act like everything's normal, but I know you're pregnant. And here we are, the results. The unbelievable results.
But I don't have a car, and it was like, get a car or get IVF or get a hair transplant. for my edges. And I had to like, do one or the other before, because all require payments, a payment plan. And we were gonna go with IVF in January, and it was $15,000. Like the lady told us it was going to be more than that, probably like 16,000. So we were gonna like put some money down and make payments. Yeah. But I said I was gonna come on and then say if it's true, but I'm gonna be like, and God said you're not about to spend $15,000 today.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. It stopped us right there in our tracks because I called. And it was funny because when I called, she asked me to call. I called the IVF. I called them and I talked to her. I got off the phone with her. I had text Malika, and Malika said, oh, I think I'm about to start my period, because she started spotting. So, for me, I don't know what it was.
Text Mira.
But I don't know what it was, but I just knew that she was pregnant. Although she started doing the spotting thing and stuff. The only thing that I was worried about is a potential another miscarriage. That was what I was worried about. But I knew she was pregnant. But the craziest part is, this is how I feel like this is going to be a successful one. Because the craziest part, I didn't get any feeling when she surprised me the first time. I didn't get anything. It's just, she surprised me with this pregnancy test. And I was just like, wow. I was shocked. I was happy. And, like she said, 2 or 3 days later, she had a miscarriage. Now, it was really heartbreaking. It was really, devastating. But I try to view it as like, I was able to view it a little bit better than she was. I try to look at it like, we never seen it. We never got to do anything. So, it's whatever. We'll just keep trying. She was devastated because it's a woman. Y'all feel it inside y'all and stuff, and I don't feel that. But I had this feeling. It was the weirdest thing. I can't explain it, but I had this feeling. My wife's pregnant, and that's exactly what it was. And I just knew, and I started trying to watch little signs. Then the first number one sign, she kept saying her breasts were super tender, more tender than they ever have been. Another sign that I've noticed that her smell has gotten a lot better. She might have not noticed that I noticed that, but I noticed it. I
didn't notice that.
Huh?
I didn't notice that.
Well, I noticed it. I was like, well, how is she smelling this stuff? I noticed it, but I didn't, like I said, at first I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want her to think, oh, you're just being crazy, or to get her excited about it, and then potential, it wasn't going to happen. So.
The first time I had a grand plan, to surprise him, and I can't surprise him anymore. Not this time, because we've been trying for so long, and
like I said, she could have surprised me anyway, because something, like I said, it was God or my grandma from above let me know, like, hey, you got one in the stomach. And it was the weirdest thing. I was just sitting there, and I was just like, yo, she's pregnant.
That's crazy.
And so, here we go.
Well, this is my Christmas gift.
It's a Christmas gift, and freaking, it's gonna be a graduation gift when the baby actually gets here. That's what I was saying when we were talking about, when we were like, oh, I graduate 8 months, and I said, oh man, it's gonna be crazy. And you were like, what? I was like, nothing, that you're graduating. Because I didn't want her to keep thinking that because I had a vision. Like, it was weird. And I was like, dang, that's gonna be crazy. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh, nothing, you're just graduating. But I had a vision of her pregnant, getting ready to walk.
No, but my sister Tifa was talking about her boyfriend was gonna get a surrogate mother, and then I was like, that's gonna be like over $100,000.
It's like 25.
I don't know what I said, but I was like, that's just crazy, because ours is gonna be, well, we have to pay to get a baby, it's gonna be high too. She's like, what y'all gotta pay? And I was like, well, we have to pay, and I didn't tell her.
Whoop, whoop. So, everybody pray for us. Make sure that we have a nice and safe pregnancy. My wife is going to be taken care of. I know we're going to, like I said, I just feel like this is the one because, like I said, I had this feeling. The last one, I didn't have a feeling. It's just crazy. It's like I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. I don't know how to say it. Like it's like I was just waiting for her to take the test. Like I already knew, which is weird because I ain't having a baby, but I already knew. I just waiting for her to take the test. So now that I proved her wrong, maybe she could trust her husband more. You know what I mean? When he says, "Hey, I have a feeling about this," she too busy trying to take pictures. See you later.
I don't know, but
YouTubers.
I just want to say one last thing. It's a miracle, baby.
It's a miracle, baby. Christmas, baby. And it'll be here in August.
Thank you, God.
Oh, I'm guessing August. I don't know when. The doctor will tell us. Now we gotta start scheduling appointments and stuff. And then
You are going to be a dad.
I know.
This is crazy.
It's alright. We're about to be parents. She's gonna be a great mother. I'm gonna be the best dad I can be. And word up.
He need to take this to his forehead when he goes to work.
Word up. So, but yeah, it's crazy. I kept telling her we need to get medical insurance. We need to get medical insurance, and she was thinking that we need to get medical insurance because of the IVF. But I was thinking she's already pregnant. That's how I was really thinking, and I swear to God, like I was like, she's already pregnant. We have to get this medical insurance because we got VA, and we both can be seen at the VA for free. But you know, our child wouldn't be able to. Pregnant. Ooh. Go ahead, say goodbyes.
Bye. To the next video when I go to the doctors, or I don't know. I have to go now. Get myself together.